Hello, everybody. This is the perils of being really dumb about Instagram. I think Greenpeace and I are trying to hook up here. Hey, Ken Mass, the Switch. Hey, Neely Max, Natya, Abby. I'm trying to join this thing. Hopefully, they will send me a join thing, but. I'm trying to figure this out. Huh? Do that? I don't think that's it. No, don't press it. Don't press it. Oh, no. I have children in charge here. What do we think? I can't figure this out. All right. Let's see. How do we figure this out? Oh! All right, I'm gonna send this to Greenpeace International, and hopefully this might work. I could say hi, Penelope. Hi, Penelope. Hey, Connor. What's up, Nisha? Marnie, did you say hi to Penelope?
I can hear something.
Hello. Oh,
Hello.
I can hear something too.
Hey, how are you?
What's up, Fernando? How you doing, man?
Yeah, here on the ship. I can see you now. Hello.
Hey, how are you? This is
I'm very
Ethel.
good. We are here in a very different environment. We are here in the Indian Ocean, tropics, very hot weather. It's like really, really beautiful. The ocean is very quiet, very hot. Where are you now, David?
I'm in England, but yeah, I don't know why. You know, when I went with you, I went to like one of the coldest places on earth. But then you take everybody else to this beautiful paradise, Indian Ocean, huh? Everybody's getting a tan and like.
Yeah, we will show you now the weather. It's actually today is a super hot day. We are like 30 degrees. The sun is very bright.
Oh my
we
God.
see no wind at all. Like beautiful weather, and we are searching for whales since the morning. We had been with the boats in the water for a few hours. Very hot for the people in the boats. But we have seen sperm whales. We have seen
Wow.
now we see some dolphins, some pilot whales, a lot of birds. A lot of very interesting life for the scientists. No,
Wow.
we had been in here in this area for nearly 2 months now. We are searching this Saya de Maya bank. Is a very interesting bank full of full of seagrass. That is in a very remote area of the Indian Ocean. It's really interesting. I think we can go around the bridge, and I can show you a little bit. I think probably you remember the ship very well.
I spent a lot more time in that bottom deck trying not to throw up. But yeah, I remember the deck a little bit.
Yeah, I remember. When we crossed the Drake Passage, you were a little bit
I was a little
suffering
bit
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go through?
But
have you been through any choppy waters now? Like, is there anything in the Indian Ocean that's like the Drake Passage at all?
No, not in this area. We were in. Everything is very calm here. You miss this weather. we were in a few couple of days only, like a little bit more wind, but nothing compared what the same that you passed.
The swells weren't like those crazy swells, like 40-foot swells. No, okay. Good.
Exactly. In the Drake Passage. Now we're gonna go outside.
Yeah, let's check it out.
I'm gonna introduce you a really nice person on board, very important person. Okay,
Terrific.
just follow me. Yeah.
Terrific.
Do you remember these doors? Very heavy doors we have with the handles. I remember you a lot of when you were dancing with the penguins.
Yeah, that was fun.
Okay.
I almost got killed by seals too. I remember walking in front of a couple
Yeah, I
angry seals,
remember.
and they were like not happy with me.
Yeah. Okay, just follow me, David. Um, we are in the wind outside the bridge. And here is Shama, our climate activist. Hello. I'm going to
Hello.
pass you
Hey.
the headphones so you can talk to her. She just spot some dolphins.
Dolphins or pilot whales there.
And pilot whales. So maybe she's going to tell you a little bit more. Okay.
Wow.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm great, thanks, and you?
Good. It's a pleasure to meet you. I've read a lot about you, and I've read your article that you wrote about the coast of Mauritius and the spill. Yeah, I'm very excited to meet you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to meet you too.
And I imagine that you play badminton probably. Oh, wait, we're losing you, I think. But anyway, if you do hear this, I imagine that you play badminton better than I do, since you were like an Olympian. But I would like to challenge you to a game one day. Uh-oh, I think our internet connection is gone. Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
You're back. You're
Yeah,
back.
sorry about that.
No
yeah,
problem.
I'm back. Thanks. Really nice to meet you, David. So here I am on the Arctic sunrise in the middle of the Indian Ocean. It's amazing. We just spotted some possible dolphins or pilot whales. It's really exciting to be here, and the sea is so calm today. We can literally see anything going around. It's amazing to meet you and to take you through this expedition. Such a nice pleasure. So yeah, basically today it has been a really nice day. We've been spotting some more whales. So during this expedition, we've seen some really nice animals, some dolphins, some whales, some sharks, some fish.
Oh, well, do you know what the whales are doing there? I mean, do they go? I think when they were in Antarctica, we saw a bunch of whales and they were there feeding. They do like a big feed down there with the krill and everything. What do they come to the Indian Ocean? Do they mate there, or what is or they just go to hang out, or?
Well, that depends on the species of the whale. So usually, for example, the humpback whales, they go and feed in the Antarctic on the krill. So usually when they go through the Indian Ocean, they're just migrating, and sometimes they migrate near to Mauritius. So it's really fun because we get to see the humpback whales. Yeah, it's amazing. And there are populations of sperm whales, near the islands, and in the Indian Ocean here near Seychelles. And it's really amazing that we're finally able to see them, to hear them. And yeah, it's amazing. So I don't really know exactly if they were here to migrate or if it's just a local population. We're still studying that. We're still gathering data. But it's just amazing to finally see the life here. And it's not something that we see every day. And yeah, I mean, it's very impressive to be out here and seeing all these lives just spinning, even spinner dolphins. We saw some spinner dolphins. And they were just, wow, really impressive. So,
and how far
off
the coast are you? How far off the coast are you?
Well, I'm not really sure, but maybe we're approaching the Seychelles tomorrow morning or something. But for me, I'm really far from Mauritius. And but I feel like I'm in Mauritius because we have the same climate here and we have whales around Mauritius. It's amazing. But yeah, I mean, it's a lovely ocean here.
And so what is the general thrust of this this trip that you're on? Are you out there for a certain amount of time? Is it like a couple weeks, and are you studying marine life, or what's the general focus?
So basically we're on the expedition for like a month. So we left the port in Seychelles on the 2nd of April and we're here, 2nd of March, and we are here until the last week of March and 1st of April. So what we're doing is we're trying to study the life that is present at the Sayad Mala Bank. I'm not really sure if you know about the Sayad Mala, but it's like a shallow bank in the Indian Ocean, which is really amazing. And it has like the largest seagrass ecosystem on the planet. And it hasn't been really explored. And like there were a few expeditions in the past, but there hasn't been like a real site survey about the different cetaceans or animals out there. And this time we've had hydrophones in the water, we've had drones to just spot things. So it was amazing. So what we're doing mainly on this trip is we're trying to fill in the gaps in the science that exist, because we don't really know the life that lives here. We know that it's a huge seagrass ecosystem. So basically, seagrass, they're really important because, first of all, they capture the carbon from the atmosphere by doing photosynthesis. So when they do that, they take the carbon out of the atmosphere and they store it in the seabed. So that's a really good thing for us, especially that we're in the climate crisis. And well, seagrasses, they are really effective. Scientists have been studying them, and they saw that they store the carbon a bit more longer than forests. So that's a huge thing for us. And I mean, this area is the largest seagrass ecosystem around the planet, and it's amazing that we're able to see life here, and it's so pristine, it's unique. So basically it's that. So we're trying to see the different wildlife as well,
Wow.
to see how far it has been affected by the climate crisis. And the main goal of it is to present that and to explain why we need to protect that region, why it's important, not just for the Indian Ocean, not just for the islands in the Indian Ocean, but for the planet.
So is it unprotected at this point? That's an area that, although it is rich with life, it is still unprotected by government?
Yeah, no, the issue about the Indian Ocean is that it's not really protected. There are some zones around Seychelles that are protected. There are MPAs around marine protected areas. But the Indian Ocean is an area which is heavily plundered for the natural resources, through fisheries, etc. So what we're trying to do here is to raise awareness about the life that exists here. Because there are islands in the Indian Ocean, Madagascar, Mauritius, where I come from, La Réunion and Seychelles and Mayotte. So these islands, they are called biodiversity hotspots. They have a lot of biodiversity with endemic species. So these lives on the islands, they are connected to the ocean. And if we want to protect these lives on land as well, we need to protect the oceans. So basically, yeah, I mean, we haven't been able to see in a protected area around here, but it's so pristine and unique, we need to protect it. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it's fascinating to me too, the fact that, you know, when we were in Antarctica, the krill is also sort of a carbon sink for the environment, which is great, but it also is, you know, all of ocean life is dependent on these very tiny organisms. And the Weddell Sea was something that we're trying to protect as well, because there are these places where, you know, I mean, the most sort of horrible thing to me was the fact that these fisheries would go in, you know, scoop up all this krill to make like krill oil pills, which is like, you know, just this cheap trash that people use that doesn't even affect your body in any way. There's no like scientific evidence that it even helps you, but it's just these supplements, these ways that corporations sort of through greed make money and destroy this beautiful planet that we're on. And so I love the fact that you guys are there, like working, you know, studying this seagrass, studying all this marine life, and also trying to find a way to protect it so that we all can benefit from this rich marine world that we live in, as opposed to just a couple greedy corporations. So thank you so much for doing all this. And how long are you there for? How long are you going to be out there for? Do you know?
So I'm going to be here for the next 2 weeks. We've already spent 2 weeks at the bank. I agree with you. I mean, it's really important that we protect it and not exploit it just for the greed or something. But I think that many people are not really aware of what's out there in the ocean, what's going on, and the life that is present. Like, for example, many people in my own country, they don't really know about the Saadamala. And this is something that I want to do. I want to make them aware about the Saadamala, about the heritage that is in the Indian Ocean, and the fact that the life out here, it doesn't mean that we don't see them every day, but they're not present. I mean, they're still here, even if we don't see them every day. And they're really important because, I mean, it's amazing to have so many lives here out of nowhere in the middle of the ocean. And I think we can do such a thing by raising awareness, by telling people about what's happening here at the Saadamala, what we can see, the importance of the different ecosystems, the importance of the wildlife, how important is it for us to see such a shallow area. And seagrasses, they are mainly a habitat for juvenile fish, They're also a place where dolphins can go, sea turtles, etc. So that's really amazing because these animals, they can stay here. And I think that personally, one goal for me from this expedition is to share whatever I find here with everyone around the planet as much as possible so that they know what is going on here. So basically, once that we know the life that is here and the importance of the oceans, the ecosystem, I think that now is the time for us to talk about how we should be protecting the oceans, about the petition that Greenpeace is doing, about the campaign, about how it's really important to protect the oceans if we want the climate justice. Because at the end of the day, the ocean and the climate, they are strongly related. I mean, it's the ocean that is influencing the climate, but at the same time, the climate is influencing the ocean by the excess carbon dioxide that exists in the atmosphere right now. So one way of getting climate justice, especially for the local communities in Madagascar, in Mauritius, in La Réunion, in Mayotte, everywhere, is by doing the ocean protection along with them. I mean, to be able to protect it means that we are having an efficient tool to fight the climate crisis, and that is very important. Why is it important for the local communities? Mainly because they depend on the ocean. They get their food from it, they live by it, they interact with the sea every single day. But with the climate crisis, the corals in our lagoons are dying, invasive species are eating them out, coral diseases are spreading. So this means that the corals are dying and the fish are no longer here. So that becomes a problem for these local communities. And I think that we need to realize that the islands, especially the Indian Ocean, we don't contribute much to the climate crisis. We are just small dots, and like small island developing states around the world, they contribute to less than 1% to the climate crisis. So that's really unfair that we're not contributing to it, and yet we're suffering from it. So I think, yeah, it's very important if we want climate justice to be able to protect the oceans, to protect these really nice ecosystems that can help us fight the climate crisis.
Yeah, I think it's such a simple thing, you know, and it's not asking for much to protect these sections of the ocean that are just vital to all of not only the climate but also just the world in general. It's not a lot to ask. We're going to put a petition up. Greenpeace has a petition on their website. I'll post it in my bio, and you know, all it takes is 2 seconds to, well, not 2 seconds. All right, it takes like probably 4 minutes to write your name and to sign this petition. 1 minute? You think it takes 1 minute? All right, we'll test you. Hopefully it'll only take you 1 minute to sign your name to this petition. And you know, it's really important, and it's a great thing to do, and it supports the work that all these people are doing, and it fights for, yeah, climate justice, which is what we need. I mean, so anyway, it's amazing. Have you been in the water? Like, do you go in the water? Are you scuba diving there or anything? Or are you just looking out from the boat? Because if I were you, I would not go in the water. I love the oceans from afar, but the things that are swimming around in them, I don't want anywhere near me.
Oh, they're amazing. I mean, there's so many
You're crazy.
lives.
You're crazy. No.
No. I mean, you could be swimming next to a dolphin or something.
Yeah, you could be swimming next to a shark too, or a huge jellyfish. I'm terrified.
Oh,
I'm
come
terrified.
on! They're not gonna eat me.
I'm very happy there are brave women like you who are willing to do this. I will stay on dry land. Thank you very much. But I will, from afar, and from the beach, look out at the ocean and be like, "You are a wonderful place, and let's protect you." But you're in it. You're in swimming around.
Yeah, but we're not going in the water because I mean, we're still trying to do the sighting survey to know a bit more around what's happening at the surface, if we can spot things, what some productive areas. But I would love to go in the water and see if there are sharks or dolphins or whales. It's amazing. I mean, I saw 2 sharks next to the ship. They were really elegant. It's amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, my problem is I work in the movies, and so I love the movies, but when I was a child, I watched a movie called Jaws, and it has ruined my perception of sharks forever. And look, Greenpeace has done a lot to teach me that sharks are very important for this world, very important for this environment. They still terrify me completely, but I am intellectually very glad that they exist, and they should be protected as well.
That's true. So, yeah, how about we go to the lab and we show you our scientific stuff there?
Sure, that'd be great. Yeah, let me check it out.
Okay, great. All right. So we're gonna be like touring a bit around the ship. Well, from what I've heard, you've been here before, so I'm sure you recognize this place a bit.
Oh yeah, where are you headed? Are you headed down underneath the ship with the?
Um,
Oh, there you go. You're
yeah.
on the
Well, the
deck
lab
still.
is yeah. The lab is on the heady deck, so we have to go to the
Oh yeah.
stairs and then go through the ship. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, can you just see the ocean out here? It's just wonderful. So clear. We can see everything. We can see jellyfish from the deck.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Do you have a helicopter on the deck now or no?
Oh no, we don't. We don't have.
Yeah, we
We're
had one
having
when we were.
seabirds though.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the lab. Good. So these are the ribs that we use to go at sea if we spot some dolphins or whales, or if we have to collect samples. We have been collecting some eDNA samples. So basically they are like DNAs of some species in the water. And what we do is we're trying to get some samples so we can analyze them and see what species have been there, if there were sharks, if there were cetaceans or different species of fish or rays, etc. All right, that's the lab. Okay. Can we get in? No?
No, we're locked out. That's all right.
So that's the lab.
Wow, it's like a big shipping container, huh?
Yeah, it is, and it's very nice and cozy inside. So we have all these stations with different equipments and places where we can sit and do our work. So let's get in.
All right. Who is your who's the cook on board of your vessel this time?
It's
You know,
Ruslan.
I don't think she was our cook. Our cook was so extraordinary.
Our cook is really good as well. I'm eating a lot here. Yes, Kirsten Thompson. She's our lead scientist.
Hi, how are you?
All good. So,
Wow, nice dig you got in there. Yes, let's see it. How are you? I'm David.
Hi, David. How are you doing? So,
good. How are
I don't know
you?
whether you've seen this lab, but it's a pretty amazing piece of equipment. It's like a shipping container that we've modified to make a science lab, and we've got a sort of a wet lab, clean space. We have a sink. We have fridges and freezers for samples, and we have this big long desk, which is brilliant bench for just working at. And then also I have a whole load of bits of equipment that I'm charging, getting ready for our next trip out. You might have heard we've already just had a really exciting day today. We've been out studying sperm whales, so taking fluke ID shots of their tails as they dive, and then we can identify individuals. And the other things that we're doing, maybe I can show you, which I think is very exciting. So in here, these are my babies, my eDNA samples.
Wait, what are they? What kind of egg samples?
So these represent a mystical amount of data, I tell you. So in here, we have to keep them very clean, so I can't really open them up too much. But in here is a specialized filter. And what we've been doing is filtering the water and collecting the free-floating DNA that's just floating around in the water. And it might have been DNA that's left behind by whales or fish species or dolphins. And it's essentially just sort of free-floating. So what we do is collect it on a filter, preserve it, and then we send it to the lab in France for analysis. So
Wow.
we've been doing that on the bank, which is really novel. No one's done that before. And that should give us an idea of kind of fish species richness. And then if we do manage to detect whales and dolphins, then we'll be really interested in which ones we see there too.
Wow.
So,
have you guys been doing any sort of like plastics testing there? Because I know when we were in Antarctica, we were looking for if there was plastic in the water and stuff. Do you guys do any of that as well?
Yeah, no, this trip, we haven't done any microplastic sampling. We've been focused more on biodiversity on the bank because it's such a poorly studied area. You know, we have the opportunity to go there and actually spend time looking at biodiversity. So we're looking at the seagrass, we're looking at doing sightings and acoustic surveys for whales and dolphins, and then also looking at you know, what type of fish species and different communities might be living across the bank. So we've done a lot of microplastic sampling in the past, and we thought we'd really focus on the biodiversity because that's a thing that's never been studied in that area. I think we're going to go outside, so we can perhaps get a bit more light, maybe. Thank you, Kristen. All right.
Okay, so one thing we haven't said now is that it's really hot here. See you, take care.
Bye, take care. Thank you for all you do. Thank you.
Take care, and you too. Thanks, Kirsten. Yeah, so one thing we haven't said around here is that it's really, really hot in the Indian Ocean. Well, actually, the Indian Ocean is very small, so basically it gets heated up really quickly. So that's another disadvantage of the Indian Ocean when it comes to the climate crisis. We're getting heated up very quickly. So that's why we need climate justice.
Yeah. Amen. Wow. Well, this has been great. It's been really great to meet you, and like, you know, I'm so inspired by the work that all of Greenpeace does, but you especially have done some incredible things, and for being so young and so active and spirited and stuff, I just think that's incredible, and I hope that you inspire a lot of young people. I know that I have a lot of young, very young fans for this show, Stranger Things, that I do, and I hope that they you know, I hope they get involved, because this is like such an important thing for the future to get involved. I mean, you know, climate justice is something that affects all of our world. It even affects like pandemics like this.